welcome to the Wake Up and Makeup Show. I'm your host, Kat Panic, and today I have very special, amazing guest, Shane Carroll. It's Carroll, right?
It is.
Awesome. And today we are doing live product testing with all this lovely stuff. And and this show is brought to you by the one and only Cat Eyelashes that are for sale through me or through Drunken Sailor, Color Salon and Spa, and Razik Makeup Artistry. They're cruelty-free and vegan, and they some of the proceeds go to the Cat Ranch. So if you want to get your hands on some of those, message me after the show, and I can hook you up. All right. So Shane, hi. Thanks for joining me.
You're welcome.
So Shane, I know a lot about you. I think you're super awesome, but can you tell everybody else, like, who you are and what you do and how you're in the industry?
Sure. So I started in the industry when I was pretty young, and I've been in the industry, I would say that's okay. I was 18, so let's say 25-ish years. I've been in the industry. I started out actually doing hair and worked my way into doing makeup in Vancouver, which is where I started doing makeup. And then kind of went all over the country, been around for a while and doing a lot of different cities. So I've done Calgary, Vancouver, Toronto. I've worked in Montreal, New York. I've done a bunch of places in the States as well. But yeah, I wanted to get into beauty because I think it was sort of my tribe when I first started, and now it's just, I guess, my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, for sure. I feel like the beauty industry tends to be that way. It starts off as this little part of your life, and suddenly it becomes your life, right?
Yes.
It's all-consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's great. So what are you doing in Lethbridge? Like, what
That's
brought
an
you
interesting
here?
question. It's so I still have parts of my studio in Toronto, but we're sort of in the middle of dismantling sort of the company there. I brought my company here for the most part because I had a fairly large contract that that brought me here. Pardon me. And then I also have family here.
Wow.
So I grew up here. So I wanted to sort of come back and spend a little time with family, maybe pull back a little bit, try to relax. But it feels busier than ever.
Oh, for sure.
It's been insane.
Yeah, that's actually what brought me back here too, is that I was working out in Vancouver, and then I was like, oh, I want to be closer to family, and, maybe pull back, and definitely wasn't the case. There's always, like, a big demand here. People think that Lethbridge doesn't have a demand, but I think that's definitely not the case.
I think the beauty industry in Lethbridge is actually, for the population, we're looking at a pretty large saturation from my perspective. Like hairstylists, makeup artists, people that do aesthetics, all of the wonderful things that we see that encompass the beauty industry, I see, and it's not like I studied it, it's just, you can sort of feel it from people that the saturation is quite high. Like, everybody has the people that they go see, and it's not just one, it's more like a team.
Oh, for sure.
So it's
the
pretty
beauty
cool.
team. Yeah, absolutely. I have so many clients who come to me for makeup, and then they go to a specific somebody for nails, and somebody for brows, somebody for hair, and then somebody for waxing, and it's like they're all different people. Yeah. So even though we have people who are trained in all things, it's still kind of good to be a master of one, because I find that still reigns true. That people will see you for just one thing if they need to.
I think when we talk about being trained in everything, I completely agree with being trained in everything. My perspective on it, though, is you're going to find one thing that really rings true to you, and those are the places where we see ourselves sort of blossom and become more than what we actually thought we could ever be. For me, I thought it was hair when I first started, and I still know how to do hair, except that makeup is sort of my calling.
Yeah.
I recently, I guess maybe over the last 5 years, have found that the administration behind cosmetics and the industry is even more of a calling. So I spend a lot more time sort of facilitating other makeup artists or dealing with people that want to work in the industry, stuff like that. I'm also an educator.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's so cool to kind of see where you grow, like your path, right? You start off actually just doing the makeup and working that way, and then suddenly it's like, oh, well, actually, I'm into formulating, or I'm actually into, like,
Totally.
being an agent for other makeup artists.
Right. So, you become, I'm not necessarily in my case, but I know many people that started out as makeup artists and then became chemists because they wanted to make product, or they wanted to formulate their own, or things like that. So.
Oh, for sure. I even know makeup artists who, like, they start off doing makeup, but then they realize their passion's actually just helping people, and they go into life coaching, or they go into, all these really cool things. So that's really cool. That's what I like about the industry. It's so versatile, and it can lead you on so many different paths.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of paths.
Yeah. So today we have, like I said, tons of stuff to go through that was either given to me by companies or I purchased because I just love the product and wanted to promote it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And Shane's going to help me with that today because he's also in the industry and he also has a very good understanding of what makes a good beauty product or life product in general. They all kind of fall, I guess, under the same, umbrella.
Right.
So.
Lifestyle
Products and things. Yeah. All right. So the first things first, Influencer sent me a ton of stuff this week, and I tried some of it, but not all of it. So we're going to get started with some of those things. And first things first, oh my gosh, they got stuff dropping on the floor now.
There's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys knew this, but actually a couple years ago, I was an educator for Burt's Bees.
I didn't know that.
I know, isn't that just the weirdest thing?
I have Burt's Bees on my lips right now.
Oh, so I know their lip balm is probably the best.
Yes, I love it.
But yeah, so they sought me out and asked me if I would educate all the distributors in this area about the new makeup line that came out.
Okay.
Which is now, I guess, about a year or two old.
Okay.
It seems to be doing fairly well, but I do have some products here. And the thing about Burt's Bees, what I found out through the education part, was that it's 98 to 99% organic and free of anything synthetic, which is super cool.
Okay.
But also lead it to be usually non-vegan because beeswax is...
Bees.
Yeah. So, very interesting. So, I have here, they sent me a ton of stuff, and some of it I ended up giving away just to, like, people I was educating to, like the mascaras and some of the foundations. But I do have some of the stuff left. So, I figured we would kind of talk about that today.
Sure.
And get your opinion on it.
Sure. I've never used it. So.
Oh, yeah. All right, so here's the foundation, and they sent this to me, and I think they thought this was my color, but it's actually like 8 shades too light for me. But it's kind of cool because it kind of reminds me almost like Kat Von D's tattoo coverage, but a little watery. Oh, thank you. So this foundation here is 98% organic, free of synthetics. So it's good for people who have allergies because it tends to kind of steer clear from that. It's got about, I don't know, about a 30% coverage. Like, it doesn't quite cover the tattoo, but it's still quite of a thicker foundation, which is actually why I didn't care for it so much. How are you feeling about it?
It's thicker than I expected it was going to be. And it has I really like the sheen on it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to like sheen though, because then I can mattify it if I want.
Smart.
After the fact.
Yeah.
I'm always sort of thinking about, like, is it something that I can manipulate to put into my kit so that it can do different things?
Yeah,
right?
that's so smart. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it does have a luminosity to it. And the one thing I did find that I'll usually use this type of foundation for people who are super allergic to everything.
Okay.
It tends to not trigger anything, right? So yeah, we have that. And then also we have the blush. This one is called the Shy Pink. They sent this one to me. And they also sent me the Countryside Lavender eyeshadow. So if you want, I'll hand you the eyeshadow and you can swatch that. And then I'll swatch the blush here. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't have any any brushes, so just go ahead and use your finger. That's totally fine. So I just like to swatch over my tattoos to see how well it covers. But yeah.
Okay, so my immediate response is there's a pretty low amount of payoff, just even with my finger.
Which is, it says something, hey?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it would work for people that wanted,
yeah, there's like nothing coming off of there, hey?
I'm not getting anything out of that. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting because it's like, oh, darn.
They are pretty colors. I haven't tried this darker one yet, so if you guys can see, there's a light, a medium, and a dark, and I've done the light and the dark here. I can see the light a little bit, but that medium color, I probably have to use like a really like medium soft brush and really like dig
Yeah.
at it.
And then you're kicking off all that product.
Exactly.
You're just
It's-
wasting
and it ends
it.
up all on your face
Totally.
when you're done.
Which is what something I do, like when I talk to people about buying makeup and like, you know, paying for what something's worth. You want to make sure that you're paying for a high pigment, good quality like eyeshadow because it's got a little more binding to it, it's got a little more primer to it. So that way you're not kicking off all your product and it's not going to sit all under here. Like it's going to actually
Exactly.
go where you put it. Right?
I find that when you're looking at products, the more filler, the more, or the less pigment even, so it's more filler and then less pigment, you're going to end up with products that are, you're going to have to work harder to get that look, which to me, from a makeup artist perspective, I want as fast and high payoff as I possibly can.
Exactly.
So for me, this might work for someone that needed like really light, sort of soft makeup. I don't think I could use something like this
No.
myself.
For sure.
I do really like the foundation though.
Yeah, I think the foundation was definitely like a hit. I want to say that, but yeah, even the blush here, like I'm not really seeing a whole lot of it. Looks almost
Where was it? Oh, here.
muddy. Yeah. Looks a
Yeah.
little muddy. It's not like, you know, that glow from underneath the skin, which is what I look for when
Right.
I use a blush, right?
Mhm.
So I want to say for the Burt's Bees line, definitely here, I'll give you a,
Sure.
a Huggies wipe here to, you know,
Alright.
clean your skin. But for Burt's Bees, I feel like their hits are obviously their lip products. Like those are what they're known
Right.
for.
Yes, absolutely.
Their foundation's pretty good. I don't know if they have a concealer yet, but I'd be curious to see how the concealer is.
I didn't mind the foundation. I
Yeah.
could use it.
Yeah, you would put it in your kit, you know, maybe not have like the whole line, but have like a
Right.
light, medium, dark sort
Yeah,
of thing,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
Sort of almost like a backup, maybe even.
Oh, absolutely. I'll just put those down here for now.
I
And
would
then
just-
also, oh yeah,
just
go
down
ahead.
here?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. And then also there is a Burt's Bees. They gave me a ton of eyeliners, but like I said, I ended up using them or giving them away, and I put them in my kit. But we do have just a bronzy sort of eyeliner here. And what I liked about this one is that it did come off quite easily. Like you probably, like, sorry, my tattoos are really, but there's that black line, like a dark brownie line there. And I found that it was soft, but it moves. It doesn't
Oh,
set
yeah.
like the 24-hour from Urban Decay.
Okay, so it moves, but it doesn't set up to like a waterproof or any
No.
gel type of finish.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
And that's why I kind of, like, I was okay with it, but you'd have
Right.
to set it with a powder or like a shadow.
For sure, I'd have to put shadow onto that
Yeah.
to make it stay then.
So, I mean,
Okay.
for the price point, I would say, like, Burt's Bees, like, the shadows and powders and things, they're really good for those who are just starting out. Maybe you have, like, a 13-year-old just branching out into
Right.
makeup,
Be
you
perfect
know?
because, I mean, you can mush this around until it looks pretty, right?
Yeah.
So that would be where I think I would go. It's more youthful, younger, people just starting.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So here's
Thank
a
you.
yeah, no, for
We're gonna
sure.
go
That's
through
why
a fair bit of these.
I feel like we needed them for sure today. And then yeah, so the next product, which I do kind of like, it wasn't the product I initially wanted, but I got it and I ended up getting the wrong product. So I'm just gonna go and like talk about it because I have it and I haven't really used it. Like I've used it on myself and I haven't decided whether I actually like it or not. And it was hella expensive. Let's put it that
Okay.
way. When I was on set, my boss told me that Amore Pacific is her favorite hydrating spray.
Okay.
It was called it has like a very long name. It's like the Insta Hydrolyzing, Energizing, Complete Serum Spray of all time. I don't
Okay.
know. So, and it was
sorry,
like
what was the brand?
Amore Pacific.
Okay.
And you find it at Sephora. It's a high-end skincare line. So
Okay.
when I went to go buy this spray, I asked the lady. I gave her the name on a paper. I was like, "This is what I need." She ended
Right.
up giving me a face mask instead, and it
Oh.
was in the same box. So I purchased it. Went to set. She opened it up. She got the wrong product, and she goes, "But it doesn't matter. We'll just order it online because it ended up being out everywhere."
Right.
So I kept
Out of
it
stock.
because
Okay.
I asked her. I was like, "Well, is it worth keeping? Is it a good product?" She goes, "Yeah, I
Right.
love it." So
Can I ask how much you paid for it?
I think this one was 78
For a mask.
for a mask.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Cool.
a moisturizing sleep mask or just a moisturizing mask that you would just remove after for 10
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one here, it's the best time for skincare to recover damage, stress, and during the sleep. The lightweight overnight mask is formulated with 5 Hydra Complex with a potent blend of Asian botanicals. Yada yada. That's a lot to say.
Okay.
So, anyways, it's okay, but it stinks. Like
Oh.
it smells like flowers on roids. So
Okay, so it's high fragrance.
yeah. So here
Gotcha.
you can try a little bit if you like. Like the luxuriousness of it is really nice. But man, is it ever potent? Like it stings my eyes when I put it on. Yeah, like it smells like my grandma's perfume that's been in the closet for 80 years.
Hmm.
Do you smell it, or am I just like sensitive to smells?
I like fragrance in certain things.
Do you?
So something like this,
Mhm.
I would probably enjoy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't love the actual type of scent. I don't
Mhm.
mind the amount of scent.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just really sensitive. I was just like, holy.
It does
butter.
remind me of like the sort of old school skin lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Mary Kay or something.
Yeah, it reminds me. There's a little bit of that sort of Shiseido smell to it too.
Yeah, I think actually Shiseido owns Amore Pacific.
Okay,
I
that
don't
makes-
quote me.
that
don't.
makes way more sense.
But I'm pretty sure, or one or the other. But I'm sure they're owned by the same parent company. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me, everybody. But yeah, it's been absolutely nuts. So yeah, that was a big purchase for me, and I've had it, for a while. I think I used it once or twice, and I was like, all right, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave it in the back like a goo hoarder,
Is
you
that-
know?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where you paid that much money that you don't really want to get rid of it.
Right. So, and I was just like,
Did
you
you
know,
put it? Did you try it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And?
Like the thing is, I don't really have dry skin to begin with. I have very oily complexion.
Oh, okay.
I don't ever get dry patches. So it was just kind of like, oh yeah, that feels great, but it also feels just as good when I use my skin food or like my
Right.
Arbonne or
Maybe
whatever.
something that's a little bit less expensive.
Right. Yeah, like even the Body Shop.
Yeah.
It compares to me the Body Shop, but the Body Shop doesn't stink in my opinion.
Right. Right.
Yeah. All right, so let's put that on your side there. You can
Sure.
just kind of stash it on the floor if you want.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, so next up, let's do something non-makeup related. How
Sure.
about some shampoo? All right.
Shampoo.
Shampoo.
All right.
This was sent to me last week, and I thought it was juice. I got really excited. I was like, yay, they sent me juice. I can't wait. But it was not. It is Garnier Fructis Repairing Treat Shampoo. It's vegan, and it's no silicones, which is great.
Great.
It's supposed to be like a mango, papaya, something or other to smell. And this can be found at Shoppers. And I think it's kind of more along the lines of like a more consumer friendly thing. The only thing is
Right.
that it does kind of smell like rotten avocados, just a little
Okay.
bit. I don't know, a rotten something. I don't like smell. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. How do you feel about it?
Can I just do this?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
There's definitely that papaya smell to it, but they've added that sort of that earthy undertone,
Mhm.
which is probably where you're getting the avocado sort of smell. I would be curious what it would smell like once it's sort of started to dissipate when you
Yeah.
place
Hey.
it on your head.
Yeah.
Is this like paraben free, all of that kind of good stuff?
I think so. It's like 80%, 86%
Fragrance.
natural.
Oh, look at the
Yeah.
ingredients list.
Oh, there you go. I didn't really look at this currently.
So it's like an interesting. So basically, it gives you. You guys probably can't see this, but it gives you a list of the ingredients. But then right next to it, it tells you why the ingredient is there and where it comes from. So that's pretty interesting.
Oh, look at that. Hey, I love how things are starting to go more organic, and they tell you where it's sourced,
Mm-hmm.
That's
The
neat.
second ingredient is a foaming ingredient, papaya extract. So chances are they've added fragrance to help deal with some of the smell from the organics, I would
Mhm.
imagine. So I would bet that what we're smelling, that weird sort of undertone earthy smell,
Mhm.
is actually the organics in here. And then they add fragrance for papaya on top of it
Oh, yeah.
so that we don't smell that weird smell.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Interesting to try. It's a
Yeah.
repairing treat shampoo. More breakage protection,
Mhm.
nourish and repair.
Oh, that's so cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I haven't tried this only for the sole fact that it will be a color killer, and I
Yeah.
know that for a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I kind of was like talking to myself, I'm like, well, if you're a hippie and you don't color your hair, this is for you. Otherwise, for Cat Panic, unfortunately, pink is my life.
Yes.
So I won't be able to use this. I
Yeah.
use I like AG fast food. That's kind of my
Yes.
dig. And then I use my pink shampoo and my pink conditioner as well
Mhm.
to keep it,
Yeah.
pinky. But yeah, so pretty interesting stuff. Like, I haven't fully tried it. I'll probably end up keeping it in my kit for when I have to shampoo an actor's hair or something, because sometimes that
Perfect.
happens.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There's
kind of neat
a
stuff.
list on the side there. Whoops.
Oh, sorry.
There's a list on the side there too. Why you'll love it. Suitable for color treated hair. That is to say that it's probably because you pre-lighten your hair.
I
and then you
do.
So chances are you need something that's going to close up your cuticle as opposed to open it, right? So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's no parabens.
There you go. No parabens.
So I think for someone that didn't have like fluorescent pink hair, fuchsia, you could probably work with something like this and it would work really well for you. I'm not one for fruit.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really like fruit smell, particularly in my hair.
Yeah.
I currently use Aveda.
Oh, yeah.
I use their classic shampoo.
Oh, okay.
So I like their products. I love AG products as well.
Oh, yeah. And I just find AG so easy because it's like I go in there and I'm like, I already know what I like. This is perfect.
Well, they are, did you know that they're gluten-free?
Oh,
I didn't
no.
know this. They're gluten-free. They're made in Canada.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
And as far as I know, maybe don't quote me on this part. As far as I know, they're vegan.
Yes, they are vegan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
together we've surmised that AG is a pretty good Canadian product.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, it's easy. You just go in there and buy your liters and, that's all. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
All right, so Shane, I know you brought some stuff.
I did.
Let's talk about what you got.
Yeah, so I developed formulas and sort of product with a manufacturer out of Toronto, and it's part of my company called Glamatron Studios. And for skincare anyway, I didn't bring any cosmetic products. For skincare, we try to keep things as simple as possible. So I brought, this one here is a setting spray, so it comes just like this one. So these look on the shelf, these look exactly the same.
Oh, nice.
Except for one it says tone, and then one is setting spray. So tone, I'm gonna give you this to try.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Just based on what you said about the
Amore.
the Amore spray. This is, I can't tell you the exact retail because I don't retail a lot, but I believe this runs about 22.
Okay, that's a really good price
with
for a toner.
us, and it is. This is one of my. I brought two of my favorite products.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So, let you try it. So there's a slight fresh fragrance to it, but it's not fragrancy. If that
For
makes
sure.
sense.
Do you want me just to spray this?
Do you want me to spray you?
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that
So-
feels so good.
This has many humectants. It also has chamomile and cucumber. So it's designed to soothe the skin, also make the skin feel really, really plump and very hydrated.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's good for pre-makeup. It's really good for during makeup while you're trying to sort of emulsify powders. And what that really means to our audience is if it looks too powdery, I want it to look smooth, I would spray this on top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So use it as like a rehydrant, I guess, or something.
Right. So this
Yeah.
won't necessarily set your makeup. And I'll maybe leave the setting spray for you too if you want to try it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
This is the setting spray. So this has a bunch of polymers mixed with organics to try and make sure that our makeup stays. But it's not designed to make us feel tight, and there's no alcohol in it.
No way. So
Yeah.
alcohol-free setting
Yeah.
spray. That is
Yeah.
so hard to find.
It is really hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the testing that we did on this came back pretty reasonable. Everybody was really happy with it.
That's great.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I have a few repeat customers with this one. It's one of my favorites because I like that it has no alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol after makeup, I find, sometimes makes us feel really tight.
Mhm.
So, and I avoid tight at all times
Yeah.
as best I possibly can, just because I'm super afraid of looking older.
Absolutely.
So if you want to try that
Ooh,
on
yeah,
your
I'm
makeup, you
super
can.
pumped. Can I just do it right now?
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm kind of going out of order.
This reminds
a
me
little
of like
bit.
I know. I just reminds me of like being on a beach and like having the ocean mist my skin. I guess.
Yes.
This is just
There
what I
is
need right
there
now.
is sea salt in it.
Is that
as
what
well.
it is?
Yep.
Oh.
And it does have that sort of fresh,
Mhm.
sort of seaside smell to it.
Oh,
We try
yeah.
really hard not to spend a lot of time with fragrance because we can add fragrances by adding fragrance to our bodies, right?
Yeah.
I'm very much a firm believer when we talk about fragrance that we have so many things with fragrance that, like, we've got our fabric softener, we've got all of the stuff that adds fragrance to us, and then we don't smell like humans to other humans anymore, which is like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
So there is one here that you might not like because of the fragrance.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Which is great. I think that's
Which
fine.
is great.
This is a moisture rejuvenating serum.
Oh, it's a serum.
Yes, so this one is designed to go with your skincare that helps you. There's the firm as well. So these two kind of do the same thing, except one is more soothing and one is more cooling and firming.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So We're making a big mess over here.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like trying all this stuff today. Oh, that looks so nice.
It's got, I would say very nominal amount of slip ingredients.
Yeah.
Designed to make us sort of that look smoother.
Yeah,
essentially.
for sure. And that feels so luxurious.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's awesome. So now, with the serum, would you do that, like, every night before you go to bed?
I would.
Yeah?
Yeah, so for me, if I was doing it on myself, I would use a cleanser, a toner. The spray that I'm leaving for you comes in a regular toner bottle as well.
That's awesome.
So the spray, you can spray, or you can just use a cotton pad if you like to remove the excess cleanser or extra dirt or whatever.
Yeah.
You need some makeup. And then you would use your serum and then a moisturizer on top of that.
That is so cool. And do you
Yeah.
use all these products yourself?
I do.
Because your skin looks so
Oh,
good.
thank you.
Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
I don't know if you guys can see how perfect his skin is, but that must attest to how amazing his products are.
I only use my own products. I'm a bit of an overuser with certain things. So classically, I tend to use very, very little because I don't like to waste. Partly also because of cost, right?
Yeah.
So now that I have my own, I can just use however much I want, and it doesn't really hurt my bank account that much.
Absolutely.
But like if you're using like a La Mer moisturizer, you're gonna take the tiniest, as much as you need, I guess.
Yeah, like just
The smallest amount.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's $400 a jar.
Right, $400.
Yeah, like I remember looking at the La Mer and then I was like, can I get like a sample or can you put it on my skin? They're like, no.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, but how do I know if it works? It just does. Kim Kardashian uses it.
And it does work.
Does it really?
I loved it.
Really? You
Yeah.
bought it? You tried it?
So I've never paid full price for La
Oh,
Mer.
thank God.
The reason I actually was able to try it was because at the time, this was years ago, I worked for MAC Cosmetics. And MAC Cosmetics is an Estee Lauder company. And when you go to their, I want to call it like their factory stores, an employee can purchase products for cost.
Oh,
So I was
nice.
getting like La Mer eye cream for like $22.
Oh, that's perfect. Like,
Right.
how could
So
you not?
of course, I loaded up, right? So I thought it was really amazing, but I think because of the way that I've sort of evolved with my company, I really like the process of creating product, but also the process of using the product.
Yeah.
So, and then knowing what's in it.
Yeah.
When I talk to my clients or when I talk to people like you, I can say without a doubt what's in it and what's going on with it, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. What did you think of the smell?
I liked it. Like,
You
it
do?
actually, yeah,
Very
it doesn't
cool.
stink.
Okay, all
that's,
right.
that's how bad I am at words.
So,
yeah,
because
I
of the
love it.
organics in this one, we do
Mhm.
add a little bit more fragrance.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because we want the experience to feel nice
Yeah.
and good, as opposed to why is this weird smell?
Absolutely.
It smelled kind of medical without it.
Oh, I bet, right?
Yeah.
Because it's trying to treat your skin and make it look perfect.
Yeah.
So without that, you can't do that without a little bit of medicalness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this one is by far my all-time favorite product. It's called Firm.
Look how
and
fancy that packaging is.
I love the packaging.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things. So this, incidentally, is we go through so much of this when I teach
Really?
because we actually use this instead of a foundation primer
No way.
because it's got a tack to it. It's a little bit sticky.
Okay.
Once it'll dry down completely,
Mhm.
but when it's still sort of damp, if you put foundation on it, it kind of like it's like the glue. So also it works really well to adhere glitter.
No way.
And I don't know if anybody that's watching, if you ever decide to go into a makeup course, one of the first things that we do is we try to calm the whole, we need glitter, we need fluorescent pink eyeshadow, all of these things first. So the first thing inevitably is, how do I put this glitter on? So I always use this. So we had developed a glue.
Yeah.
This works better.
Really?
And the glue was kind of hard on our eyes,
Yeah.
right? Technically, we're not supposed to put glitter on our eyes.
Yeah.
Like on paper, but this works really well for that. So I'll give you some of this
Yeah,
on your
for sure. Let's
hands.
try it out.
Spread me.
All right. So it's almost like a serum-y sort of
Yeah.
look to it.
It's a water gel.
A water
so,
gel. I don't know. You guys can't even see it. Just like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know, can you guys?
Doesn't
can't see from
translate
here.
that well on camera.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
it's going to
wow.
make you look really wet, and it's super humectant. This has a ton of cucumber in it.
Wow.
This also has peptides.
Peptides.
Yeah, so the peptides are designed to, over time,
Mhm.
help create more of a youthful appearance with our skin. Yeah, I would say it's probably my favorite product that we make. There's no fragrance to
I
it at
love
all.
it that there's no fragrance. Yeah.
So what I do, going back to that routine, the regimen, I would do cleanser, and then I would spray toner, and then I would do a layer of this while it's still wet.
Yeah.
And then I would do another spray of toner and another layer of this while it's still wet.
Wow.
And then I put just my moisturizer on top of that.
That's why you have perfect skin.
I'm also extremely dry.
Yeah.
And being in Lethbridge, I feel like we all have a tendency to be more dry.
Yeah.
I wish I was oily. Like you had said you were oily, right?
Oh, for sure.
I probably wouldn't do that many layers for someone that was oily. And I really like my skin to feel like gooey.
Yeah.
Like I like a really like thick sort of tack to my skin. So in general, in that scenario, I probably, if you didn't like that, like if you felt like it was too thick, then obviously you wouldn't layer it like 4 times.
Yeah. But it does feel great. Like it's nice, absorbent.
So as it dries down, you can feel how it has that bit of a tack. So
yeah, absolutely.
I do make a primer as well.
Okay.
I generally prefer this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay, you've got all these amazing products.
Yeah.
Can you tell our audience where they can purchase them or if they can purchase them?
That's a good question. So we're a fairly new company. So how it works with my company, Glamatron Studios, is we generally ask that you make an appointment and then you come in and we give you a full service. So skin care, we do your full makeup, and then anything that you might want to purchase, we can sort of talk about at that point. Generally it involves a little bit of a wait.
Yeah.
And the reason is because I do have a cycle with my manufacturer where if I run out of something, then I'm going to need to wait for a little while to bring that back in. Because we're a new business and because we tend to be a little bit more like local oriented, the cost of holding a large inventory like a MAC counter or like a Sephora, anything like that, is a little bit out of reach at this point, I would say. I mean, you've got your lashes, right? So it's one of those things where it's like the investment needs to sort of match sort of the demand, I think. And when we come into studio, it's generally fairly, I'm pretty open to the idea of acquiring product for my clients. Most of my clients are other makeup artists.
Okay.
So I offer a discount to my students or other makeup artists to be able to acquire product that can go into their kit that has been designed and worked with by a makeup artist so that you know that it'll just work. It'll do the thing, it'll have the payoff that you want, it'll have the feeling that you need it to have quicker.
Yeah.
I'm all about speed.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, Shane, thank you for sharing these products.
You're welcome.
That's so cool that they're all kind of like locally owned, grassroots sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's so cool. So I'm definitely excited to try your toner and your setting spray. I think it's gonna be just a new staple in my kit. I don't know about you guys. All right, so moving on now, we've got some other really cool stuff. So Neostrata sent me a few Neostrata things that we can talk about, more skincare. I'm super new to Neostrata. Sorry, I'm like going everywhere. So I haven't really tried much about them, but they sent me the night repair cream for correcting, and they also sent me a firming collagen booster. So this guy here has got 8% AHA, and I don't think this one here has any AHA. So I'll hand that to you. And
night repair cream.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, and I used it a little bit. I haven't had a chance to play with it too much. But it's been kind of cool because I find that the packaging, they really nailed the head because it's like glass. So I feel like I feel richer holding it. Like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm like, this is what they want from us.
It's a little bit more elite.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's like the clear, clean packaging. So that one's more of a cream, hey?
Yeah, this is a night cream.
Okay, so straight up.
So it's thick. It's thicker, obviously, for night cream, and it's got the AHA in it, which obviously you're not going to feel the AHA right away. AHA 8% is reasonably high, actually.
Yeah, hey.
I would be hesitant myself to try this all over my face at night.
Yeah.
I might try it like on my cheek, which I know the skin is a bit thicker here as opposed to like my eye area, or I'm quite conscious of this area myself as well.
Yeah.
So I think if I was to try this in a full way, I probably would do it on maybe my neck or like my cheek area so that I could see what this AHA might do. I have a tendency to be sensitive to AHAs a little bit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because they tend to exfoliate too deeply for me sometimes. I do enjoy a good exfoliant, but I tend to prefer a manual as opposed to a chemical.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what AHAs are. For those of you who don't know,
I was just gonna say.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
alpha hydroxy acid, right? Alpha
Yes.
hydroxy acid. And basically, it's a chemical exfoliant that they use in chemical peels.
Yeah.
And sometimes they'll have it in a little bit of a cream or something to kind of help the glow, I guess, you know.
Well, I think, too, when we think about skincare and AHA, not to give, like, the big lesson, but, like, as our skin cells move to the surface, so we regenerate our skin cells move up, they flatten, and that's what makes us look dull, right? So AHAs remove those top layers of the dead skin to give you those plump skin cells, which makes us look more youthful and glowy, right? So to me, I like the idea of an AHA.
Yeah.
I generally would prefer it at night than during the day because photosensitivity is kind of a real thing with AHAs, so I probably wouldn't do it during the day. I don't know what this is.
This one here doesn't have any AHAs. It's just a collagen booster.
Okay, so is it like a serum?
It's a serum, yeah.
Okay.
And it's an everyday serum. It's for a day or night. And the thing about this one here is that I have used this a few times underneath my makeup. It cools. Like it just, I'll throw a little bit on you.
I like cooling.
Yeah, it's very cooling. Like it's quite nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the smell too.
It doesn't smell like overpowering. So, I know, I do like this one. I found that the night cream, I didn't notice anything. I haven't worked on it. I put a little bit on, like, my dark spots. Like, I have some, like, hyperpigmentation from, like, acne scarring back in the day.
Right.
And I found that it didn't do too much for me then, but I did like this one quite a bit. I thought this was kind of a win-win. Neostrata, I believe you can find it at London Drugs. I think you can find it at Shoppers Drug Mart. But if not, go online, and I'm sure you'll find it somewhere there. So
the ingredients for this would be on the secondary packaging. Did it come in a box?
It came in a big promotional box, so
Gotcha. Okay.
I probably would have to look online, honestly, to find the full ingredient list.
Cool.
Yeah. It was really nice, though. Like, I was
Very
like,
cool.
sweet, right on, influencer, thank you.
Firming collagen booster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Great.
kind of neat, hey? All right, so the next step is we got some stuff from Dermalogica, and yeah,
I like them.
Yeah, Dermalogica's super cool, and I'm like, oh, these chairs, man, I'm like too
They-
short for
they-
this.
We're moving around a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in Star Trek, and I'm like just hanging around in my little space pod. All right, so Dermalogica sent us. Oh, and I forgot my favorite one. Oh, that's okay. They came with a dropper as well. It was a corrector dropper, and that's actually I used it almost all up because I found it worked so good with clearing up acne. Like any little red dot I had, it was a little green like dry dropper, and it just worked great. And apparently I forgot to bring it because that's how good it was.
All
So,
right.
okay, so another thing from the Amore, throwing back to Amore Pacific, another product that she really liked, that she liked me to have, was the papaya emulsifying scrub, because the papaya in it, it's actually like small little grains, you add a little bit of water to it, and it became a scrub. And it it had some chemical peel into it, had some AHAs, and it just made actor skin look so good. And it was it was soft enough to use every day. So anyways, I found this is the exact same thing without papaya. I was using it, and I was like, what the hell? This is so great. And probably a quarter of the cost, because that other one was $85.
We like less money.
Right?
Yeah.
So this one here you can't actually use because it's dust.
It's dust.
Yeah, you can put it on your hand, but it's dust. You add a little bit of water, and it becomes a scrub.
I just took a lot.
That's all right. Just put it back in. It's fine. It's my
Are you
personal.
sure?
Oh yeah, it's just my personal thing. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so basically what you do. Oh, here actually, I brought the spray bottle for that 1%. One little reason there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just add a little bit of water. There we go. And then you can use it as a scrub. No, you can scrub your arm or whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it foams up to like a lather.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys can see that. And the beads feel pretty good. They feel like they might dissolve over time.
Yeah, it
which
kind of.
is a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so this one here is to achieve a brighter, smoother, everyday look with this iconic exfoliating powder. So basically dispense into a wet hand, create a paste, massage into the face, and rinse and avoid the eye area. So it's quite nice. I did quite like this one. And then it was paired up with the other serum that I obviously didn't bring because I'm dumb and I used all up, but it was great. And they came with this one, the Active Clearing Age Bright Spot Fader. And this one's good too, but it wasn't as good as the little green thing that I got. So I apologize I didn't bring it. I can always link it down below if you guys are really interested in it. But this one here is just like a little spot corrector. So it's a little cream on a nozzle.
Okay.
Well, it kind of looks a little more like a
Spot
serum.
corrector for
For age spots.
Well, for age spots, so it'll actively brighten the darker spots of your skin.
Yeah, so you'd put it like on an age spot or like a melasma sort of area.
I like that smell too.
Mm-hmm. This one smells a little like, I don't know, almost like citrusy, or like I don't know, not like a food. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I always relate things to foods. Like citrusy with pepper, like an orange pepper.
Yep.
Yeah, you got
Agreed.
that?
Yep.
But yeah, it was really cool. And I was really impressed with actually the Dermalogica stuff. A little more impressed than I was with the Neostrata, because of the volume of stuff that they sent me actually gave me enough time to see the results versus
Right.
the Neostrata. I was like, I don't know if I have enough product here to actually see a result.
You have to, I mean, with skincare particularly,
Mhm.
you need to give it like a solid week
Oh, for sure.
before you can actually sort of say, okay, this works for me,
Mhm.
right? I find that people that try out a skin product and then they're like, oh, it makes me reactive, or it upsets my skin, or what have you. If they've done it once,
Mhm.
generally that's just your skin saying, this is new.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks Dermalogica. That was super cool stuff. I was really pumped about
Now,
that.
where do we buy Dermalogica?
Dermalogica, I believe you can find this at London Drugs.
Oh, can you?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
And you can also find it at Shoppers, I want to say.
Okay.
And then obviously Rexall, any of those other drugstores, you can find it.
Okay.
That's
I've
where
seen
I found it.
Dermalogica in spas as well.
Yeah, it is a spa line.
Okay.
So I don't know if we have any spas in Lethbridge that actually carry Dermalogica. But if we do, that's where you get them. And if you're watching and you own a spa and you sell Dermalogica, feel free to post a link down below so everybody, all the watchers, know where to find it.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, guys. So next up, Kat Von D sent me their brand new mascara when it was brand new, and that was a long time ago, and I apologize.
Okay.
And I have to say, I am the biggest Kat Von D fan of all time. I
Okay.
truly am. I have followed her from when she was a tattoo artist all the way to her first really crappy beauty brand, and then when she revised it and it became a great beauty brand, and then she sold 30% of stocks to Kendo Beauty, and now she has sold 100% of the stocks to Kendo Beauty, so Kat Von D is no longer part of Kat Von D.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
It just happened. I cried. I literally cried because Kat Von D has been my idol since I was 13.
I think sometimes when we think about it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of not great that she's not necessarily attached to the brand anymore.
Mhm.
But I also think about it in terms of, like, if I was her
Yeah.
and that kind of money came my way, maybe I could start something new.
That's what she was saying. Now she
Yeah.
could put the money towards her vegan shoe brand. That's what she
Right.
was saying.
Okay,
and
cool.
also focus more on her tattooing and her kid, because now she's got a
Right,
baby.
okay.
So I did read that. I cried. I was really sad. But then, so they are now KVD Beauty, Vegan Beauty. And the KVD now stands for Kindness, Vegan, and Discovery. So that's their new logo. They decided to keep the initials, but make it
Right.
an acronym versus an initial.
I see. So KVD.
KVD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Say
they
that
are
20 times fast.
I know, right? So they are still sold in Sephora, and they're still sold online, and they're still sold, I believe, at Macy's, but I don't actually know
Okay.
because we're in Canada and we don't have Macy's.
So, possibly Nordstrom or no?
No, unfortunately, Kat Von D's not it,
Okay.
or KVD Beauty, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So, anyways, back in the day when she was actually still affiliated, they sent me the Go Big or Go Home mascara, and they also sent me the tattoo eyeliner. But I already knew I loved the tattoo eyeliner because
Right.
I've been buying it for 7 or 8 years.
Right.
So I ended up using that one. So sorry guys, you already know how I feel about it. It's great. Go buy it. Go buy it before Kendo Beauty probably changes it, because right now the formula is perfect. And
Yes, and that is something that is, part of the industry is
Mhm.
an acquired company. Even when, like Estee Lauder bought MAC,
Yes.
they changed a bunch of their formulas,
Mhm.
and that's really because everything's being manufactured in the same place,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know where Kendall Beauty manufactures. I'm assuming they manufacture in California, but
I have no idea.
that's just a big old guess.
right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I guess stay tuned. We'll see how the
Yeah.
brand evolves. But yeah, so this mascara here, and I'm disclaimer, I love Kat Von D. I am so loyal to that brand. But this mascara was the biggest letdown of my life.
Oh, no.
It was terrible. You
I
can
love
even,
the packaging.
The
I
packaging's
love
great.
packaging.
Yeah, but it's
So.
thick. It's clumpy. It came like this. It's not dry or anything. It's just this way. And it's because it's a vegan mascara. And I want to say that, I'm sorry, I won't be able to let you try it because
Yeah.
it's been on me, but
Yeah.
I'll kind of put it on myself. I'm
I
already
don't
wearing
mind the
some
brush
mascara.
either. It looks a
Yeah.
bit gooey to me.
Right? It's very thick, and it just gave me just spider lashes, and it didn't even grip, which I was super depressed about. It just
Okay.
gives you nothing.
Yeah, that didn't do a lot.
No. So it was almost too thick. And I like a thick, tarry mascara. Like, give me the
Right.
Better Than Sex. Give me,
Yeah.
like, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Like, I love it. But this one here, I keep it solely because I collect her packaging.
Right.
That is the only reason
Yeah.
why I keep this mascara.
Put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's nice.
I'm like, oh, Kat Von D, you used to have such good makeup. What happened?
Sure.
But yeah, so biggest letdown of my life was the Kat Von D mascara, but her tattoo eyeliner is still one of my everyday staples. So, all right, continuing on because we have so many things. Let's go into food for one moment because I have a little story I'd like to tell you guys. So in February, I made a oath to myself that I was going to try almost every MLM that my friends were selling because
Okay.
I wanted to support them.
Okay.
And MLM means multi-level marketing.
Yes.
So that's your Arbonne, your Mary Kay, your Essentia, your
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
all that stuff
It's
that people bombard you with.
Avon. There's what's that other one? Amway.
Yeah, there's so much,
Yeah.
so much. And so I was like, all right, you know what? People keep hounding me to buy this stuff. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna see if it works.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about it.
Mhm.
So the first thing I bought was the Arbonne. Like I buy Arbonne RE9 all the time. Like that's my favorite skincare line. I just buy it. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
whatever, it works. It's all in one thing. It's kind of pricey, but you know what? I like it. So it's my thing.
Awesome.
Vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, whatever,
I don't know
paraben
that
free.
I've ever tried their skincare. I've tried a few of their cosmetics.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like Arbonne Cosmetics, I've never been a fan of, and that's just a
Okay.
personal thing. I'm not trying to sound like I'm dishing him or whatever, but I do love their skin lines.
Right.
Like there's so many. They're great. They're highly expensive.
Okay.
But I mean, I find that it works for
All right.
me. It's just been a thing, right?
Highly expensive, like what kind of cost?
I think the RE9, the full 7 steps, is around a $400 investment.
Okay, so 7 steps, 400, and you're replacing it once every 2 months or 1 month?
For me, I'm an overuser. I will say that. I overuse my day cream, so I replace it probably once every 4 months.
Oh,
The
okay, so
toner,
4 months
yeah, the
ish.
toner I can get away with probably 7 months. The night cream probably every 3 months.
So-
The eye cream probably every 6 months.
If you were to average it out per month, what would you say?
$100 $100 a month.
Okay, so
probably.
that's not crazy.
Yeah, it depends on what you like to use too. Because I'm like, I'm gonna do 3 layers of eye cream today
Right.
because I just want to be glamorous. So.
And by crazy, I really don't mean it's if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, right? Like
Mhm.
I've been there where it's like, okay, I guess I'm going and buying drugstore product that's like just off the shelf and it's
Mhm.
$20. The goal is to have skincare.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Regardless, have a regime and
Yeah.
stick to it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's like you buy Cetaphil, witch hazel, and then some like
Totally.
day cream, right?
I actually just recommended that to someone recently.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Like literally the
Yeah.
simplest thing. And I recommend to all my clients who are like, well, I don't really know what to do. I'm like, Cetaphil,
Start small.
yeah, witch hazel from the freaking drugstore,
Yep.
and then go get like CeraVe. I like the CeraVe day cream.
Yeah.
So those 3 things, Mike, there you go, and then make a move at night if you wear makeup.
Totally.
Start it again every day.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Start with that and then notice the improvement. And I think that's the point is when our clients, they sometimes don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you introduce something to them and then they move forward with it and they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize. And then they can sort of decide how much that is worth it to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because not everybody makes the same amount of money either, right?
Mhm.
So, if you can't afford a $400 moisturizer or,
Yeah.
$400 for a skincare line, then don't.
Yeah.
But I'm interested because I think I might try it.
Yeah, for
Just to
sure.
see.
Absolutely. It's good. And you can always get little samplers and then you can really test it. But I want to say, I took a chance on the Arbonne vegan protein powder
Okay.
and I'm converted.
Oh,
I didn't
good.
think I was going to convert, but I did. I converted because I've tried every vegan powder on the spectrum. And they all were terrible. Like Vega, I spent like $400
Yes.
on 3 different barrels of Vega. I threw them all out. 'cause
I've
they
used
were-
Vega as well, and I didn't like it.
It was
because of
nasty. The grittiness.
There's the grittiness, and then I have a really high sensitivity to sugar substitute.
Oh, yeah.
So I hesitate to say aspartame because it's almost all of them.
Mhm.
Like sucralose, like all of the extra sort of xylitol or what
Yeah.
have you. I get headaches. It's really bad.
That's
So
terrible.
I have to be really careful with. And Vega did that to me. It was an
Yeah.
instant migraine. for like 3 days.
Yeah, and it's just like I found, and then if you get anything other than chocolate, it goes like puke green.
Right.
So you have to like somehow mix like berries and bananas.
Not appetizing.
Yeah, it looks
Right.
like sewage, and you're like, I'm drinking it, and then you feel the grit, and you're like, I hate my life. And I found that with every single vegan protein powder, and I spent like hundreds of dollars on them. And then I gave a chance to this one because I had friends like, oh, have you tried the Arbonne? I'm like, Arbonne powder, whatever. Well, I did, and you know what? I'm converted. I am converted. It
Good.
emulsifies into your soy milk perfectly.
Okay.
It goes smooth. It does not taste gritty. And this
Very
one is
good.
like the cinnamon bun flavored because it was like limited edition.
Oh,
I'm
that
like, yeah,
sounds
but
good.
it was good, yeah.
Hmm.
And it just, yeah, it's vegan. Yeah, for sure. It doesn't have too much of a smell, which is kind of like,
Oh, interesting.
it's actually a mild tasting one too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. How it
Yeah.
would be more mild.
Right? And the proteins come from cranberries, rice, and pea protein, which I thought was kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, instead of just straight up pea protein, because that's what Vega has.
Yes.
And
Well,
it's gross.
I know that peas are like a thing
Yeah.
in protein for people that are vegan.
Mhm.
There's even like a pea nut butter
Yes.
that is completely nut free with peas, and I've tried it and I liked it.
You did like it, hey?
I did.
Yeah.
But I sometimes like things that other people don't really like.
I know,
so,
I'm the same way. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Like
it does have sugar in it.
I just have sugar, like rain up
Awesome.
sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
the
like
first
not a lot,
ingredient.
you know? It's kind of like, yeah, okay, cool.
Awesome.
And it's, yeah, vegan, gluten free. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, I have to say, like, I was like, yeah, whatever, guys. I don't drink the Kool-Aid on MLM stuff, but I emailed my supplier lady, and I'm like, all right, I'm convinced. You've got me. I'm going to order all the flavors now. So, if you're vegan and you're looking for a decent protein powder that doesn't taste like grit and doesn't look like sewage, look up Arbonne. It's a little pricey, but you're gonna love it. I'll tell you that right now.
What's
No.
the price on that bag?
I think this bag was about $70.
Okay, so
But
pricey.
yeah, same price as Vega, because Vega, the big jars are about $70.
Right. Okay.
But I think you get the same amount. Like, you
Okay.
get the same amount of protein powder. So
Very good.
I did like it. All right, and then again, I went and I drank the Kool-Aid on some Arbonne fizzy sticks, because I like not
I've
just
heard
drinking
about
coffee all day.
these.
Yeah, they're good. There's
Yeah.
like a little bit of energy. There's caffeine in there. I don't know if there's like actual sugar. There might be.
It's
Um,
interesting to me because this product
Mhm.
has become quite competitive.
Yes.
So like Emergency
right.
has their sticks
Yes.
that originally it was just vitamin C and all of the vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system.
Yeah.
Now they have ones with caffeine and all the different things
It's true.
to compete on the marketplace. Which I
Yeah.
think is very cool.
Because you get those little 5-hour energy drinks. Basically, they're vitamin
Totally.
B shots with caffeine, and that's what this is.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
like a vitamin B shot with caffeine because you got your vitamin B6, you got your B12, you got
Nice.
tons of caffeine. You have more caffeine than you do in coffee. And so what I do, because I
Wow.
actually don't like the taste of oranges, like I hate fruit tasting things.
Right.
So I literally would make it into a tiny little shot glass and chug it back.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, that's gross.
Throw it back.
But
Okay.
if people who like juices and pops, like I don't like juice and I don't like pop.
Yeah.
So people who like that, they'll probably enjoy just drinking this like
Mhm.
a normal person. But yeah, so it's you add 1 stick to 250 milliliters of water, and you don't stir it because it freaking fizzes.
up,
Oh
right.
yeah, like nuts.
Cool.
But it's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't see any sugar related things. A guarana extract.
Yeah, that might be.
Taurine. Which I think
Taurine?
that's like
what's
in
in Red Bull.
Yeah, and pre-workout.
Yeah.
It's the worst. That's what
Yeah.
makes your face, I think, tingle after
Yeah.
pre-workout. That's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And yeah, niacinamide, whatever. But yeah, if you can take, you should take one of these home with
Yeah,
you.
for sure. I
Try
will.
it out because it's pretty.
It's funny because I have many friends that deal in Arbonne,
Oh yeah.
and a few of them have been trying to get me to try different things, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, you try it for Kat." But
You're like, well, if I try for you, Kat, you know what? This is gonna be like,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get hounded now.
Right?
Well, I promise I don't sell it. I'm not trying to sell you on it.
Right.
But you know what? They're okay. They're okay. I don't particularly like the taste of them. But when I was working on set and we're working those 16 hours, I was like, I'm so sick of the taste of coffee. And I shot one of these back. I'm like, I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good, guys.
yeah,
So.
I have tried the Emergency ones.
Yeah.
And I'm a Red Bull drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Big ones.
Oh, you
Like
like
twice
your
a day.
caffeine.
I drink like a full pot of coffee in the morning. I constantly need like a source of caffeine.
Mhm.
So I tried the Emergency ones, and I don't necessarily recommend them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were too much caffeine for me.
Too much? Were you
I
just
was
like,
vibrating by the end of it. Now, could that be because I had too much coffee or Red Bull beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
Highly possible.
There you go. You're just
So
like overdosing.
try it out if you want to try it. They're not expensive. I don't know how much these are, but
Yeah, I think these ones are low on the pricier side because they are supposed to be like, you're vegan, gluten-free.
right. So they have the
whatever.
research backing on it.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like them. They're good for that everyday. Well, working on sets to get coffee because I drink coffee all day long.
Right.
Throw one of these back in a shot, and it's like,
Well,
all
it's
right.
easier than going to grab a coffee if you're in a
So
hurry.
true. Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. There was a part of me I was so desperate. I'm like, do I just rip it off and eat the powder like you do in high school? Like the Pop Rocks and stuff. Oh
Right.
yeah. I'm like, okay, how bad can this turn into? All right. So next one here, Happy Coffee. What the hell?
Oh, smart coffee.
Yeah, it's supposed to make you happy. It's got happy endorphins in this instant coffee.
Nootropic?
Isn't
I don't
that-
even know what that word means.
I know, it's the strangest thing. So I knew a girl who was selling this and she was on me, buy this happy coffee, it makes you so happy, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, hey, I'm going to try it. Just, okay. So I bought it and stuff. And it's interesting because I don't like instant coffee. And I didn't really like it initially. So what I did is I made my coffee and I threw a scoop of it in my regular
Okay.
coffee for all of the caffeine. And
All right.
it wasn't too bad. I don't know if it's going to make me any happier. Like, I literally don't know if I drink the Kool-Aid on it.
It smells good.
It does. It smells...
I'm an instant coffee drinker as well.
Are you?
If I'm in a hurry, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, my favorite is obviously going to be the higher end stuff, like Starbucks Via or what's the other
that
one?
Nescafe.
I love those Nescafe ones.
So good, right?
Yeah. The ones that they recently came out with, not the old school ones.
Oh, yeah. Like
so
the
it's like the
recent
little
ones.
packages that look kind of like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
This interests me though.
It's interesting, isn't it?
The brand is Elevate?
It's Elevate. And yeah, like, it's just a weird concept that this coffee is supposed to give you the endorphins and making you happy. And then I was like talking to somebody because I was like, I'm so enamored by this idea. Like, I don't know if it works. And I don't know if it does what it's going to do. But I like coffee, so I was like, I'll try it. It's extremely expensive.
Oh.
I think this guy costs $80.
Oh.
Yeah, it's extremely expensive in my opinion. But I mean, if it works, I mean, you're going to pay for it, right? I don't
So
know.
is each scoop 1 cup then?
Yes.
Okay.
So you get
highly concentrated.
highly concentrated.
So like that would probably be like a lot of coffee cups.
Yeah. Yeah, and 30 scoops, so it's about a month's worth if you drink 1 cup of coffee a day. Now,
Oh.
for me personally, I've drinking 3 scoops a day.
Yeah, whip through that in like a couple of weeks.
Right? And then I'm like, so is it making me happy? I don't actually know. Am I happy that I'm spending like how much money per cup of coffee? I don't know if that makes me that happy.
I think if you if you break it down, right? I don't know if you buy your coffee out on the run or if you make it
Yeah.
at home. If you're buying coffee out on the run and you're a Starbucks person, or even if it was like Tim Hortons or McDonald's, you're still
Yeah.
looking at least $2, between $2 and $5
Yeah.
for a coffee. If you like specialty coffee, it could be even more, right? So if you take that into account, and there's 30 scoops it says?
Yeah.
So 30 times 2 would be 60. So 60, that would be the low end. You'd be spending that same price at like McDonald's or Tim Hortons.
So you're looking at basically, taking that McDonald's Tim Hortons habit out and replacing it with this. Maybe it'll make you happier. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't tried
It
it.
says weight management too.
Yeah, which I thought that was kind of cool. But then I'm like, is it because it's taking away the money I would have paid for lunch?
Maybe.
I was like, how do I justify this logically? Because I don't know if this coffee is going to make me happy.
Right.
But I'm genuinely a happy person anyways. So
Well,
I don't know.
the other thought process that I have sometimes is the more caffeine. Sometimes they say that there's weight management involved because you're moving around more because of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know.
that's a weird thing. Like, I'm wondering if it's maybe part of their marketing, but anyway.
And I do know the brand, they do have a chai tea, they have a hot chocolate, and they have some vitamins that you can take with it to kind of help with this weight management thing. But yeah, so I bought it. I do enjoy it. I do like drinking it with my actual coffee. I just throw a scoop in with my regular because, why not? All the caffeine, But yeah, super cool. If you guys are interested in trying the Elevate, I can always post the girl that I bought this from down below. So give me a thumbs up, or I guess I'm not on YouTube, sorry. Give me a quote down below that you want to try it. I'll PM you the hookup, and you can try your happy coffee yourself. Because it's a good tasting coffee. You can add your sugar, your cream, whatever. It's supposed to make you happy, so if you need, I guess, to be happier, you can try this. See if you like it. So, all right. Yeah, next step here. What do we got? for you? You got some stuff? Or did
The
we do
only
it?
thing left I have to talk about from
Yeah.
my line is just the cleanser.
Oh, cleanser.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this one, we carry 2 cleansers. There's one called Cleanse and one called Wash.
Mm-hmm.
Wash is a foaming cleanser. It's designed to be used with water, and then you would rinse it off.
Mm-hmm.
This is designed to be used, you can use it alone, like almost like a cold cream cleanser, where
Mhm.
you remove all of your makeup and then you can tissue it off if you want.
Yeah.
It's designed to be left on the skin or rinsed off.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. This has a bunch of different ingredients in it. It's got chamomile, Japanese green tea, aloe, but the main ingredient that removes makeup
Mm-hmm.
or dirt in this scenario is sugar.
Oh.
We use sugar beets for this.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, so coconut and sugar is basically what removes it. This is my favorite cleanser from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's brand new. Let's open it up.
Oh, how exciting. Does it have a good smell?
It's, yes. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. So this is the large. This is 240 mil. We carry this in a 120,
Okay.
as well as a 40 mil.
Okay.
It looks like this. So if you like
Yeah.
this packaging, this is the 40 mil packaging.
Okay.
Pretty much everything comes in this.
I love it.
But then if you want bigger,
Mhm.
obviously we want, something squeezy so that we get everything out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you try that.
Oh, wow. That does smell good.
Yeah. So this smell was developed, and sort of the thought process behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, sort of, not necessarily developed, but the thought process behind the whole fragrance aspect of this was, I wanted something that was like a modern version
Mm-hmm.
of what my grandmother used to use
Oh, yeah.
for
Okay.
smell. And the reason for that is because I wanted to pay homage to her somehow in the line, because
I
she's
love
one
it.
of the reasons why I started doing makeup.
Yeah.
Her and my mom.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yes. So it's a very clean smell, but it's
Mhm.
not too.
It just
there's
reminds
no
me of the beach, and I
florals
don't
to
know
it.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, it reminds me of the beach.
Yeah,
Can I just,
it's-
like, wipe this all over, or should I wipe it off?
You might want to wipe it off.
Okay,
I
perfect.
don't want you to get too gummy.
Okay.
But you could, see how, and it will foam with water.
Oh, that's great. Here, I'll grab our wipes. They kind of fell down on the ground. There we go. Here you go.
Thank you.
No
So this is designed to really prime the skin and make sure that the skin is feeling soothed when you're done,
Mhm.
as opposed to really tight.
Yeah.
You know that squeaky clean feeling?
Yeah.
This is designed not to do that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So our other cleanser, the Wash, is designed to make you feel squeaky, that really tight, squeaky,
Oh, yeah.
clean feeling.
No, I love it. That's amazing.
That's all I had brought.
No, that's great. And I don't want to take up too much of our time because I think that we're almost at the end of our
Are
show
we?
here. I think. Yeah, my phone like totally died on us. So, what time are we at? How much time we have? 12:03. All right. So we have like just a little time left. But I just want to go into the Mio Cosmetics
Okay.
because I had to purchase this because I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I have to tell you, it is. But maybe for only some people because I'm a nerd. All right, Mio Cosmetics. It stands for make up your own kits. Basically, we're looking at nice little kit
I've seen
here.
these,
Yeah, right. So cool. Open it up if I can do that. There we go. Slide open. Check this out. Pre-made magnetic pods that you can put your makeup in to take with you onto set. Or make a character kit or an actor kit, anything you want. If you want to just take a bit of your lipstick, a little bit of your blush, your foundation, it comes with little magnets to hold your little spatula.
That's wonderful.
Isn't it just
Yes.
the coolest thing?
I love that it has the seal.
Isn't that cool?
That way, if your inner compartments open up a little bit, then
Mhm.
you're not going to get it all over your makeup kit.
Absolutely. And you could take them out, take
That's
it out,
awesome.
put it in. If you have some magnetic MAC pods, put them
Yeah.
in there, right? You don't even need to use these pods. So this is called the Pro Kit. You can get the Everyday Kit and you can get the Starter Kit. I got 2 Pro Kits because I use them on film sets, and it's just gonna make my life so much easier than scraping off and putting them in these little basically business card holders.
Right.
Now I can upgrade. I actually have this. And what they also do, which I haven't done this yet, they put pop sockets on the back. You put a pop socket on the back so you can hold it.
Nice.
And it doesn't go anywhere.
That's fantastic.
Literally the coolest invention. They've won awards across all sorts of makeup trade shows. They're at IMATS. They're at the makeup trade show. They're in all sorts of beauty and spa trade shows around the world. They are Canadian. They are Vancouver based.
Very cool.
Built by a Canadian makeup artist.
Yes.
How can you not just be in awe of this brand?
That's wonderful.
Right?
Yes.
So
I like supporting local and Canadian, so that's
Absolutely.
like really amazing to me.
It's super cool, and now that we're like, trying to go into a way, like, basically trying to go more sustainable, less waste, being more smart with how we do things, this has just become like a game changer. And I recommend everybody checking them out on Instagram and Facebook. It's MYO Cosmetics. You can buy all sorts of cases, all sorts of sizes, and of course you can buy extra pods. I bought extra pods to fit in like a couple bigger ones.
Nice.
One's got a little like Y shape in there.
Oh yes, like
See?
they're cut up like a pie, so that you can put different colors in.
Yeah.
Three different colors in one.
Exactly.
That's
And they
awesome.
have little like compacts. They open up like a compact. So I mean, how can you not, guys? This is literally the coolest thing ever. Give them a shout. You should definitely look them up if you're a film worker, or just even need something for yourself. If you collect a bunch of magnet eyeshadows and need someplace to put them, it's better than Z palette, because look at that, durable. If you drop this, it's not going to break like the Z palettes did.
Yes.
Right? I don't know if you.
Oh, I know this story all too well.
Yeah, Z
Yes.
palettes literally were the biggest waste of my life.
I do find that with my kits, particularly if I'm using my kit like on location, I do need stuff that is a little bit more water resistant and waterproof. So like,
Yeah.
there's the Z palettes, but then you get also all of those cardboard palettes that they're reasonably priced,
Yeah.
but a little bit of moisture breaks them down, and they're garbage like
Yeah.
after like one rain.
Absolutely.
So
And you're
this is
in the
appealing
rain,
in that case.
right? And
Yeah.
that's the thing. Even like this past film I was working on for 4 weeks, we're out in the rain. We're out in the snow. I dropped makeup in the snow. If it was in a cardboard case, like, rest in peace.
It would have been done.
Yeah, you're done. Sorry, guys. So,
Yeah.
really cool, guys. I definitely recommend checking out the Mayo Cosmetics and their cases.
What kind of price point are we talking about?
So, these guys here, these are the most expensive that I bought, because,
Okay.
I mean, they are the Pro Kit. So,
Right.
obviously, they come in half the size with half the little quad things.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
also purchased these extra. So, here, mine, I think, were about $60 each. But then you pay your shipping and stuff on top. The
Right.
other ones, I think they can go as low as like $40 each.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Very
think
cool.
it goes up quite. And then these guys here, I think they branch on between like 10 to 20, depending on how many little pods you want to put in your little package.
Well, when you think
So.
about it too,
Mhm.
it's like when you go to purchase your actual makeup kit, the case,
Yeah.
you need something that's going to protect your investment.
Mhm.
That's the whole goal, and what we always think about when we're building a kit
Yeah.
is how can I make my investment go further,
Yeah.
right? So something where you're spending a little bit of money, it's not, I wouldn't even say that expensive, it's just that I know that that's going to keep whatever's inside safe.
Exactly.
And for me, that's worth it, because then I don't have to replace a bunch of makeup every time it falls in the snow, or
It's so
it
true.
rains, or it could be anything, you guys. Trust me, if we started talking about stories,
Right.
it would
That'll
be
be a whole nother show.
whole nother show.
We'll have a show about like makeup do's and don'ts on set and
Yeah.
like on jobs, because yeah, definitely.
all of the drama that's happened.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us for the live testing of all these amazing products. Obviously, didn't get through all of them today, but we had a lot to go through. And if you like this, let us know. We'll have another one in a couple months when I retain more stuff from other people.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot out there, right?
There's tons and tons.
So many.
Yeah.
So Shane, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on. You're just so fabulous. And if you're interested in purchasing any of Shane's products, you can always post down below. I can get you hooked up.
Yeah.
Also, Glamatron Studios, you can find them online on Facebook.
Yeah, you can find us. You can't find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram.
Oh,
or
yes.
You can also go to glamatronstudios.com, or depending on the time of day and which day it is, you could come visit us. We're right just down the street on 3rd Avenue, 812 3rd Avenue.
That is wicked. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank
and
you.
we'll see you again on the Wake Up Makeup Show in April.
April.
All
right.
Yes. Awesome.
Good.
See you later, guys.
Bye now.
Bye.